Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I am back with another video here, back with the third game review of the preseason. The Flyers pick up their first win, a 3-1 win over the Capitals. Probably easily the closest thing that you'll probably see to the NHL roster for the Flyers this year, the opening night roster. All the lines were the same. You had pretty much every veteran that could play, besides Carter Hart played. So, just to break that down, starting off, lines were exactly the same as they were in camp. Giroux, Couturier, Konechny, JVR, Frost, and Farabee, Lindblom, Brassard, Atkinson, Lawton, Thompson, Alby, Bell. Really solid offense. They really played a good game tonight, just overall with cycling the puck, offensive, helping out the D, all that stuff. Defense was Provy, Ellis, Sanheimer, Stalainen, Yandel, and Braun, and then Jones started this whole game. Martin Jones, just to start off with him, had a humongous bounce-back game. I know he got a lot of crap from the game in Boston, which is expected. Obviously, it's his first game. He played literally a period and a half. I don't think faced a shot in the second period of that game. And he gave up a couple bad goals. Some of them really weren't his fault. I don't even think he had the chance on two of them, like I said. So the third one also deflected off of Sandin, which we found out at a later time. So obviously that was a lot to take, and a lot of Flyers fans were just giving him a bunch of crap for that, and I thought it was ridiculous. But I thought he had a really nice bounce back game. I thought he was able to see pucks through traffic really well, and I did put that in my notes at some point too. But just to start off, a couple things before, the Flyers sent down Sheeman, Vandalist, and Ustimenko down to Lehigh Valley, which is expected. The Flyers roster is, I believe, at 52 or 53 players, so there's probably going to be some more roster cuts soon before that final preseason game, or on the 8th, and then obviously maybe before Monday we might see some as well. But starting off, Couturier had a really nice stick check on really one of the biggest chances early in this game. Kuznetsov stopped at the blue line, had Mantha going to the net. Coots made a nice play to tip that by. Power play for Washington a couple minutes later. Lindblom, tripping penalty. Caps didn't really have much going. Shot from the point gets blocked, and bam, slammed home. High glove on Jones. Wasn't much he could do. It was like a quick reaction. Puck just sat there, and the Flyers just could not react to it that quickly, and the Caps scored. So that was that. Really wasn't much Jones could do. And from there on, I don't necessarily think he really had any crazy save. I don't think he was really out of position at all. As I said, he made the saves that he was supposed to make, and he had a really good rebound control as well. Flyers ended up getting a power play. Brassard was high-sticked, and 1-1. Just great puck movement from the top unit that the Flyers have been using with Yandel as quarterback. He had a really nice play to keep the puck in. Couturier waited, found Giroux wide open for a one-timer there on his side. He fired one and scored. 1-1 there for the Flyers. Frost had a really nice touch pass to JVR, really good move outside, almost sent one right into the middle to Farabee. I think Joel was a little slow to react to the play. I don't think he realized the puck was going to get through. And ended up getting covered up by Samsonov, ended up getting played out and sent up the wall, but really nice shift there from JVR and that line. Ristolainen had a huge hit on Scarbosa. Lots of other big hits after Hathaway ended up hitting Giroux. This was a very physical game. Ristolainen had a handful of good hits. There was a couple scrums and things like that as too. Flyers ended up getting another power play. Braun was tripped up. Really good puck movement from the Yandel unit. Couturier almost to JVR for a tap-in. Went through the net. Actually right through the net mouth, excuse me. Ellis shot almost went through, almost scored, it went to the net. Samsonov had a nice kick save there with the right pad, kicking that one all the way out. Flyers had lots of buzz in the first period. They were really all over Washington in the offensive zone. Frost ended up setting up Farabee off a good play, getting it off the wall. He kind of made a play where he kind of just cut with his body and sent it towards the middle, and Farabee kind of got hit by Hathaway. Couldn't really get the shot off of the side of the net, and Samsonov ended up covering it up. Flyers get another power play, their third of the period. Really good puck movement again. Dowd ended up missing a shorthanded breakaway. Yandel lost the puck at the line. It got cleared, and it kind of got flubbed. But the puck was bouncing. Like you could see the way Yandel was trying to hack at it, and it just went right over his stick. And Dowd got the quick step and went right up. Brassard had a really nice chance off a touch pass at the side of the net, and Samsonov swallowed that one all the way up too. Thompson almost set up Brassard off a nice zone entry. He picked the puck all the way up from the neutral zone, skated all the way around. Really nice play there. I thought Thompson had a great game tonight. I thought a lot of the offensive players had a good game. Frost looked more involved in the first period here than he did in the 60 minutes against Boston. I thought as the game went on for Frost, he played physical. That was one thing I wanted to see from him, was that, I said it last game, he looks physical. You can say he looks physical and all this stuff. He looks bigger and everything like that, but he's got to play that way. And I think he definitely showed that tonight. He looked very more involved. You could tell when he was on the ice, and that was a good thing. End of one for the Flyers. As I said, really, really good period overall. Shots on goal were 14-8 in favor of the Flyers there. Second period, Lawton had a really nice move at the blue line, got off a shot. He looks so much better than last year. I mean, he talked about that with COVID and everything, and he gained some weight, and he's back to his normal weight and everything. So that was good to see Lawton, because, again, I think he's one of them guys where he did score in this game, scored late in the third period, give the Flyers a 2-goal lead there, but he's a guy that's looked really, I thought he looked so good in camp. I mean, out of guys that stood out from Group B, Lawton was definitely one of them. Lindblom had a really nice breakout pass to Atkinson, didn't really generate much offense off of that, but really nice play off the wall to set the Flyers up the other way. Lawton ended up hitting the post from the slot. Flyers had loads of chances after that. Couturier line was buzzing. They had a 3-on-1 Sanheim shot. Really good stick save by Samsonov. Couturier almost slammed one home off a point shot from Ristolainen. Went right through his feet. And then Konechny ended up taking a cross check in the offensive zone. So the Caps would get a power play. Flyers had a good kill there, though. Couple chances. Killed off. Frost, he caused a turnover in the offensive zone. Yandel set up Farabee on a play. Hathaway was skating around the net. Frost started hacking away. Went for a stick lift. Didn't get it, but Hathaway just kind of fired it, and Yandel kept the puck in off the wall. Set up Farabee. Frost started that whole play with all that pressure. 100%. I think it was a good play by Yandel, too, because, again, he's a guy that Jim Jackson said this on the call, and that was one thing I've noticed with Yandel, is that even if he makes the play, he knows where to go with it, which is a huge thing for the Flyers. Couturier just missed Konechny in the slot a couple minutes later. Pass, it looked like when he tried to shoot it, it just kind of went up on him and raised up into the air. Then Atkinson ended up setting up Brassard for a shot that deflected up high. Really good shift for the Flyers. It for some Capitals pressure there for a few minutes, but a pretty good period. Overall for the Flyers. They had a 2-on-1 late for Washington. Really good save by Jones. That was Kuznetsov. Drouin had another chance on a 3-on-2. It just unbelievable. Atkinson had a breakaway. Really nice pass there from Provorov to find him. Got stopped on the backhand. And then Frost had a really nice play on the wall to break up. I believe it might have been Scarbosa. He had the puck along the wall, and Frost made a good play to get it off of him. The Caps still kept the puck in the zone, but that's another thing that I want to see from Frost, is him getting involved defensively as well. Again, he looked really good tonight, I will say that. And there's a reason why I keep talking about him, because he looked good. And I wanted to keep some notes on what he was doing and how he looked out there, and I thought he was one of the guys that I noticed a lot. I thought JVR looked good as well, and I think they're starting to form some chemistry together. There was also a lighting issue in Wells Fargo Center, so the second period ended early with around 3.5 minutes to play. Pretty overall good period. So what they did was they just had the intermission, then added that time to the third, so the third period was like 23 minutes long, and the shots on goal after the second, or whatever you want to call it, were 24-17 in favor of the Flyers. In total, 10-9 Flyers in that period. So the added time, Farabee had a turnover in the neutral zone that led to a Capitals chance. Pretty good kick save there by Jones. Then Leeson hit the post right in front, turnover off the wall in the early minutes of the third period. So Flyers, obviously Capitals were getting into it. That turnover wasn't really anything crazy. It was just kind of one of them like deflected plays, and Leeson just kind of cut out, and Jones kind of went really as far as he could, but Leeson ended up hitting the post, and it went out the other way into the corner. And then the Flyers get a goal. Ristolainen gets the shot through from the point. That's one thing I've loved from the new additions of the Flyers defensemen. Whether it's on the power play, if it's 5-on-5, whatever, guys like Ellis and Ristolainen are very good at getting the puck through to the net. And we saw it a couple of times in the game on Tuesday. Ellis had a really good power play shift where he had at least three shots in a row where he just got them straight to the net. Had one also on the power play again tonight where he just got it through, where there's at least 4 guys just kind of crammed in the slot area from the blue line to the net, and he got the puck through. So Ristolainen gets the shot through, good play, rebound comes up high, great pass by Lindblom, and a really good play by Atkinson too to get down low and get a lot of leverage there on his stick to kind of slam that one home. So the Flyers end up getting the goal, the go-ahead goal, and Atkinson gets his first goal as a Flyer. Jones, he's made a lot of good saves through traffic in this game. He was tracking pucks really well. As he said, his rebound control was good. And again, I mean, I just think that the way that it was last year with the Flyers and the defense and, the problems that they had and all that stuff. I think it's been good that, obviously there was issues with goaltending and all that stuff. But I think Jones had a really solid bounce back game. I wasn't worried from the beginning. I think it was a little ridiculous, as I said, from last game to kind of just harp on him right away. But I thought he had a really good game, made some great saves in traffic. And I felt like there were, at times, I wasn't necessarily worried that he was, in net. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are times where it's like, oh, they got a big chance here. Maybe they'll score. Like, I wasn't worried about that. I thought Jones played really solid. Couturier waited and just waited on a 3-on-2. Hit Giroux in close. The line had so many chances. That line was just buzzing all over the ice. I kept saying it to my dad as I'm watching the game. Like, Dad, this line is buzzing. They're buzzing. And they were buzzing in camp. And they should be. I mean, those guys were the best players on the ice tonight. And that's just on paper. And they played like it. So that's good. That's something you want to see from that line. Frost almost set up a goal in front of a really active stick. There was a pass that went through, and Frost ended up tipping it. Almost went up in the air. It might have set up a goal or a chance or whatever, but the Caps ended up getting out of the zone. Brassard came right in on a Hathaway hit. He tried to run at Provorov, missed him, and then Provorov kind of went back at him, pushed him. Helmet came off and they started to go, and Brassard came over, got right into it, which was great. It was a huge scrum ensued, and somehow the Flyers were on the penalty kill after that, and JVR was in the box, and I don't really think JVR did anything in the play, but regardless, Caps get a power play out of it. Pretty good kill there for the Flyers, though. They fought it off. And then Lawton would end up getting another goal here. Goes back in 5-0. Can we talk about the goal song that they picked for this goal? They chose Roxanne, Turn on the Red Light in that song, Roxanne by the Police. Great goal song, great choice. I really hope they use that. And then they did the shootout that ended up going like 9 rounds. Frost scored for the Flyers, low glove, and Snively scored the game winner. A couple really good chances. Farabee ended up going backhand toe drag, which would have been absolutely disgusting if he scored that. Lawton ended up going. We saw Ellis, who literally just went up and fired a slap shot, which I thought was funny, but Atkinson ended up going as well. But again, yeah, really good game for the Flyers tonight. The vets played well. The closest thing you could see to the Flyers opening roster looked really good. So overall, my takeaways, I thought Frost looked a lot better. Martin Jones had a pretty solid game. Ristolainen was physical. The Flyers were physical. And I think just overall they played a really solid game for 60 minutes tonight. Obviously the lines and stuff like that were different with Washington. They had a lot of younger guys in net, or not in net, excuse me, on the team. But Samsonov had a good game for the Caps. I thought he looked pretty sharp. But overall, yeah, it was definitely a good game for the Flyers, and it was good to pick up a win too, and kind of see how this team's gelling together. And I really do like these lines. They're obviously not going to stick throughout the whole year, but I really do like these lines, and I think these are something that they definitely can build on as the season goes on. So we'll see what happens. But remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.